Twitch, and then we'll see. They want to wait for just a second here.
Absolutely.
Okay, we are good to go now, boys. I'm going to leave you to it now that I've messed it up enough times.
All right, thanks, man. Well, hello again. If there were one or two of you who just joined us over on Fox's stream, you've heard the spiel, but I am Taco. I will be play-by-playing, and I'm joined by McStupidhead, and FoxM will be running our cameras. We are already into game one because we started the stream in the wrong spot. Normal technical thing. I've done it an embarrassing number of times. And now we are jumping into game as soon as we get the R from both teams. So we have R from Shaka, and there's R from Zarathustra. We are getting back into it. So we were talking about not being surprised to see Ana from both teams, considering the map that they're on. Not being surprised to see Phantom Tones on his favorite Reaper.
Round one.
Do you see anything that really shocks you in these team comps?
Yeah, to open it up, no, not at all. Now I do.
Well, Phantom
but I think that he holds himself better as not Reaper.
That's fair.
I think we might actually see some big plays from him potentially.
Fair. Ooh, and already a huge pin from Gingerbeard takes out old Razzle. Let us switch to his camera right before that. Looks like he's trying to get the pin on the hamster as well.
There is Hefty abusing the backline as usual. Ooh.
Rogue Waves with the nice grenade kill. Another pin comes out, and it is enough. Rogue Waves is able to get the final hit on Edgelord there.
Alright, looks like that's the Republic finally took it over.
Knights of the Old Republic, sorry. We forgot the O again. Yeah.
I feel like it happened during a stream that got added.
I'm pretty sure it did, yeah.
Alright. And Edgelord's back here trying to take out their backline. He's out their Mercy.
That's the backline you want to keep.
Yeah, and Don taking out the... Yeah, they are not gonna let the Barra get value. Yeah, that's good. That's the name of their game.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to shut that down and keep it shut down.
Yeah, and really nice play from Shaka Khan. Doesn't even have to use his blade to get there. He's still got blade available. Looks like they're about to have 5 of their 6 ultimates, with 3 almost ready to go for Knights of the Old Republic.
It's like Edward's just trying to measure his own distance so that he can be at the right height to swing in on the Farah if he comes in.
Oh, we finally have a little bit of frontline play from Hefty jumping in there on the point, getting in behind. He does have ult, so he's probably low there. He does pop it. But he comes down. He has that part of the point, so he just comes to the back, tries to take care of the back line as the ultimate comes out from front lash. We also get an ultimate from Edgelord and Shotgun, which takes some kills. Juice pops his blade as well, but it's not quite enough to do more than just 1 kill on the back line. I think numbers advantage was already a little too high for Dilfhunters to get that losing for him.
Yep. Dilfhunters, they were egging them in to go where they wanted them to go and executed everything they needed to right when they did. I think they knew which ultimates to use and when to use them, and they held on to shatter.
Edgelord taking quite a bit of damage up there. Shaka as well, pretty low. Does get healed up. Looks like he took a mega somewhere there. And now jumping back into the fray at full health. He's backed into a corner, but does get away by going over the wall. Meanwhile, Hefty jumps up to the high ground there. Phantom taking quite a bit of damage. Old Razzle taking a whole lot of damage. Does get healed up. Shatter is, takes down 2, and Juice and Hefty are able to get some kills off, but Zarathustra does get the res onto Gingerbeard, which should be enough to kill, and that gets them the last 2 kills for an easy take.
I'm operating at optimal levels.
Dilfhunters is where they want to be though. They got them to commit pretty hard, and they didn't commit anything to it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's still 2 ults for Knights of the Old Republic, but
they're in 1 fight territory here.
Exactly, and there's 3 almost 4 ults up. So they are jumping in. Oh, Razzle already jumped. Edgelord dropped mines on point. Not quite able to get the kill on Gingerbeard, but does quite a bit of damage to the shield. Gingerbeard forced to drop the shield and go over to get that kill on old Razzle. The Shaka immediately kills him as he starts up the ultimate. Hefty's ult comes out as well. That's enough to take out Phantom Tones. But with the res from DDR Dakin Kai, numbers advantage is still... Oh, front lash goes down. Big number advantage still up for them, especially with Zarathustra going down and Hefty going down. That's probably going to be a cap, possibly game. Gingerbeard is on point, going to reset the overtime. Big purple on Gingerbeard, but no one's there to turn on to it. Juice and Roadblood both go down. Oh, and 2 from the high noon from Phantom Tones. Gingerbeard front lash. At this point, they just have to trickle in. There's no way for Knights of the Old Republic to get back onto the point, and the overtime counts it down. Map 1 to Dilfhunters.
Score 0-1.
So what do you think Knights of the Old Republic going to have to do to
much for waiting around.
I think, like you said, just not overcommitting to ultimates, especially in some later fights. You know, if you know the other team has one fight territory, you got to save something for the next fight. You know, there were a couple fights where they already had numbers advantage. Then they get off the res, so basically the whole team's there, and then popped another ult. A 6-4 is probably enough to save your ultimates. It's fairly similar to the comps, still very divey. Already we have a kill. Frontlash gets the pick off on Edgelord. Got a little too far out, and that just snowballs. Phantom Tones and Twigs both go down, and as the point becomes available, there's a 4-man advantage for Knights of the Old Republic. Easily capped the point.
That was a hook from forever away.
From forever. Juice takes out DDR Dakin Kai. They just need to reset on this. The Hunters know that and are doing it.
Yeah. Nothing feels worse than trying to reset and getting hooked all the way back into the team.
Ugh. Yeah. You hate to see it. Unless you're the team doing it, then you love to see it. Looks like Dilfhunters is trying to go left of point. They do make contact here. Reinhardt's duking it out with each other. And first kill comes out. Hefty picks off Phantom Tones out of that back line. Phantom's just a little bit too far up, but he does get res. Frontlash able to take out their Reinhardt.
I'm expecting to see Saturday gets it. Oh.
Hook goes a little wide there. Shaka's able to take down Bruce as the ultimate comes out from Hefty as well. Shaka taking out one of the healers, but it's just not going to be enough. Hefty and Frontlash both able to get kills. Zarathustra getting the res off before he dies. And with Hefty taking one more kill, oh my god, and Juice taking another kill, that's going to be an easy cleanup for Knights of the Old Republic. I'll get that right one of these times. One of these days. Now there is a pretty huge ults advantage for Knights of the Old Republic right now, and they have control of the point. What's the play if you are Dilfhunters right now, besides picking Frontlash?
Shaka doesn't move to Ash, so I think that we're gonna see big dynamites coming in.
Oh, and he's
swinging at that.
It's 2 very important players, takes one of them out, killing with the Kita as well as the Reinhardt. Shaka does sacrifice his life for it. Juice goes down. Frontlash able to get 2, and this is a pretty even fight at this point. Oh, the Shatter comes out, but misses as he dives in the process, which should be really, really good news for Knights of the Old Republic. Zarya able to take out Zarathustra, but it's just not going to be enough to go this far right now until it is. Oh, because the Tracer came in. She switched off. You love to see it. Or Shaka. Shaka?
Well, and Frontlash was afraid to even look at Zarya.
Yeah.
There. That's all it was taken, was just take a look at her.
Yeah, I thought he had the big curveball. Huge from Hefty. But but it looks like that's
Oh.
going to be enough just by grabbing
Yeah.
him. Nice safety grab.
that was big from Twigs and Edgewood right there.
Yeah, and now they're turning it into something. 2 kills already come down from the side of Dilfhunters, as both Edgelord and Old Razzle are getting right up there in the front line, trying to take out Hefty, but he's getting pocketed by this Mercy, and he can heal himself, and the Brigade is here. Hefty, a tough cookie to crack right now. Oh, Edgelord caught out and taken out by Hefty.
That is not what he wanted, Rick.
That is a big push. The numbers advantage tonight to the Old Republic, and they're within 1 kill. They've got 2 more ults to drop. Frontlash just about Old Razzle and Shaka come in and are able to clean up 2 more kills. All of a sudden, this is going very much in the direction of Dilfhunters. But there's still 2 ultimates on the side of Knights of the Old Republic. 3 ultimates.
Yeah, right
Trying
there
to
it
get
seemed
left
like
fight.
they knew they got the pick on Edgelord, so they felt like they had to go in, but still were reeling from the picks that they had just had against them.
Absolutely. And it's easy to, I think it's easy to do that, to see the blood in the kill feed more than you see the warning signs. You know, you smell blood in the water and you just jump in. Big Grab does get 2 big players here. Shaka going behind, but not putting his attention onto it. Oh, and Edgelord going low. Hefty dropping the ult and immediately taking out the Old Razzle. 3-man advantage right now for Knights of the Old Republic. Hefty gets a great grab on Shaka for the next one. And while Phantom is able to get 1 kill, both he and Twigs go down for the easy 100% cap for Knights of the Old Republic. And we are going to map 3.
Rocket barrage incoming. Score 1-1. Ready for battle.
Looks like we're getting a Shaka Khan switch to the Doomfist for the start of this match.
All right. Seems like we might be here till map 5, because
5.
If there, this is a team that I would definitely. These are 2 teams that I would expect to see that for sure.
Round 3. Capture
Yeah.
the
let's
objective.
probably start drinking water and not chocolate milk.
Maybe.
All of my voice
Old
coaches are
Razzle
cringing.
already taking. And you got the. Oh, you got 3 taking high ground on. Oh, and they're in. And some big picks from Dilfhunters.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button and got pulled out for a second there.
You're
Edgelord gets a nice pick on Dark Booster as he's getting that res though. Quite a bit of damage going down on Shaka Khan, but it's not enough to take him out because Twigs takes Frontlash right out of the sky, which opens up for Shaka to take Gingerbread. Cap
Ginger.
for Dilfhunters.
Bread. Calling that from now on.
It's hard not to say that. It's 1 letter away. Sorry, Gingerbread.
Made me second guess myself, and I thought I was wrong the whole time.
You're like, wait, is it really bread? It was bread the whole time?
All right, let's see. Is it get together? Dilfhunters backing up a little bit, trying to get back to point, not trying to get pulled out.
Oh, man.
Nice grab.
And kills well as Rogue Wave. Well, the Frontlash able to get a kill in the midst there, but actually looks pretty good. But not enough.
Taking out arrow right there.
And we've seen a lot of that. I mean, pretty much every time Edgelord uses that ultimate, he's getting Reinhardt and Brigitte and killing both of them.
Yeah, he's doing a
you
good
know?
job of he's giving them the comfort that they can go backing up, but he's backing up into the grab.
There's some huge kills though coming in from Hefty and Juice. Juice is taken out, but not before getting 2 eliminations. Now Edgelord going down, Frontlash ulting to take out Phantom Tones, and we might get a takeover now from Knights of the Old Republic. All that's left is the Mercy to run away. Doesn't even get away. Both healers down. Full cast from Knights of the Old Republic. And looks like they might be taking Dilfhunters to spawn.
I think that would be a mistake, but let's see what happens.
I agree, but it looks like they were doing it. They are not, thank goodness. World Red takes quite a bit of damage up front there. A lot of damage. 2 goes down, back strikes. Down and oh, but the grab combo, Space Jam is able to take out 2 and even out the fight. Phantom Tone's ult to take out Road Waves. The fight is again even. Darth is able to get
Point presence
yeah. Well, that's the problem right now. They're keeping things equal.
Yeah, they need to go ahead and start putting the pressure. At a certain point, once you start winning the fight like that, you need to move the point.
Yeah, exactly. Trading kills is not good when you are the team without control of the point. And they are able to take it. Dilfhunters takes over the point, but Knights of the Old Republic are already right here to contest it. Roadway's a little too far up.
Nice fire strike too.
Absolutely, Meteor Strike coming down, able to get 2 targets, but doesn't do much damage. Juice, in the meantime, takes out Shocker. And we do see the ult coming out once again from Hefty. Doesn't get any kills on it. Lots of ults coming out right now from Knights of the Old Republic. Front Lash able to take out Twigs. Phantom Tones immediately takes him out with the High Noon. Edgelord taking Zarathustra. We now have no healers on either side. No, we still have 1 Lucy. We have a healer. Razzle goes down, and again, just another one of these trading back and forth. The grab comes out. Is she able to get the kills, though? Yes, she does take out Juice, and now it is Zarya versus Lucio on point, and with the dead Lucio,
And
third map goes easily over
Victory.
to the Dilfhunters. And our play of the game is Phantom Tones. Probably that 3-man High Noon.
Double kill.
Big 2 on the High Noon. 2 follow-up kills. Oh, and the 3rd follow-up kill. We love to see it. Shaka with the McCree difference. DMing himself in the chat. And you love to see that. I mean, we were surprised to see Phantom switch off of Reaper and onto McCree, and then he gets pot G and plays a great game on that McCree.
yeah, I think it's good to keep him from getting on the classic Rosin flank too. If you can't have movement abilities, you can't get there.
True. All right.
Alright, so I think we're discussing swaps and maps right now. Overall impressions on that. What do you think? How do you feel about that? What do you think we're going to see going forward?
Yeah, it seems it's pretty brawly right now. A lot of longer fights with, lots of trading 1 kill for 1, 2 for 2 until pretty much everyone's dead. And I don't know if I see that changing. I mean, I think both teams are doing comps that they feel confident in and that they do well, and it's just naturally, because it's so divey and in your face for both of them, it's going to end up with a lot of fights like that. Do you think we'll see a change to that now that we are moving on to maps where one team is defending and one team is attacking, rather than both attacking for control?
I definitely think we saw a lot of the hog from Hefty. I think if we get the opportunity for some more divey things, I think we're gonna take it for sure.
Fair. All right, we do have some big substitutions from Dilfhunters. Sending out Edgelord, DDR, and Twigs in exchange for US Navi, Bondsley Toss, and City Owl. Did we have any on the other side? I don't think so.
So it looks like we're going to be playing on Temple of Anubis for this next map. Let's see, what's going on here? We got so I know to expect an Orisa from Dilfhunters for sure. US
Totally
Navi
fair.
is going to play Orisa.
So then, do you think City Owl will be playing
I
the Sigma behind it?
I think we'll see Old Razzle stick on tank.
Oh, fair. Every time I've played with City Owl, they've played tank. Will they be supporting or?
Oh yeah, no, she's a support main. I think that
Oh,
she's picked up tank as her
weird.
second role.
Gotcha. Yeah, all the
'Cause I
games I've played with her have been on tank.
I mean, Fox is a better answer to that, I'm sure.
Fair.
Her first love was support, and then she picked up Diva, and she is a Diva specialist on the off-tank role, and learned Zarya,
That's
and
fair.
now goes back and forth between the two. I don't really think she has a main, really.
You love to see it. Ooh, McStupidhead's the owner of the game now. I think that means we are moving forward, and we do have some substitutions for Knights of the Old Republic. Zarathustra and Gingerbeard are out, bringing in Maya and Jackstrill. Sorry, Mayella.
All right, got the R's from both teams. We're going in.
Now entering the Temple of
In
Anubis.
we go.
Initiating match.
Starting out with someone on defense. Knights?
It will be. You know what? It's hard to tell the first 15 minutes. I'm assuming that it's going to be Dilfhunters, but I could be wrong. I don't remember how it sets up, and I should.
Ready
point.
for battle.
Nope.
Okay, we are
You were right.
starting.
I was
Yep,
wrong.
Knights of the Old Republic are on defense first.
Red always attacks, just so you guys know.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw the lines, that go to point and tell you that kind of thing.
Attackers incoming in 30
You don't need that.
seconds.
Interestingly, the lines don't change colors when you change team colors. So I have my team colors set to like lime green and red, but the lines are still blue and red. It's weird. Everything else changes, but that doesn't.
All right, so
Oh, Shaka Khan
You have
is
my
on
thanks.
the
Five.
sim.
they are 100% doing that.
Oh, I love that TP so much.
Defend
Looking forward to
This is one of those teams that I know has practiced this.
the funnel.
They're going to take a point. They're going to take a point. Is also a good strat here.
Ooh, already on the point.
It did not pay off.
And a great really nice missing another kill and just an easy cleanup.
Fortunately, Dilfhunters took too long to get into this position. They don't have a Lucio, so it's tough to find that spot.
Yeah, fair. It was good positioning, but if 3 people die before you teleport, you can't.
That shield might have been a little bit too far out because it was able to be shot from a lot of different angles right there.
And already Shaka switches on to the Widow, and honestly, I love that. I think it's something we see a lot in PMA Owl, and something I am a victim of myself, is trying the same thing over and over to no avail, You have a good idea,
and,
but it doesn't work.
Frontlash takes that 1v1. And I am sure that he is not happy.
Oh,
but
there some big kills coming out right now from Dilfhunters. Despite losing the 1v1, they do have a numbers advantage now. Need to do something about it before it's not a numbers advantage anymore.
They lost their main tank, so the horse has to come back. They're not really just going to take space as easily as they want to. They have to poke. They got to poke and pick as long as
Ooh, and a nice kick, but taking out the cross. Turns into into a front lash ultimate for 1, 2, 3 kills. Very nice. And once again, easily and fully held by Knights of the Old Republic.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Bonsley toss in the background trying to get away, but all he did was a big stagger now, so they're going to wait even longer.
Oh, looks like we might be getting a switch from. Nope. waiting for the hop.
They're just totally
US Navi is sitting in the spawn. Yeah, there's the switch.
Switches on to Reinhardt. Pause. Oh, we gotta pause.
Looks like someone was standing in the spawn. It might have been.
He switched. He was the Orisa.
Oh, I wonder what the pause was for then.
All right. Eerily quiet.
Oh man, it's just nice. Everyone's having a good time.
It's okay. Usually we manage to get paused during some like Orisa shooting or something.
So we've already seen pretty much every time something doesn't work. We see Dilfhunters doing a good job of switching off into something else, right? Do you think what's the thought process behind this next switch, switching off onto the Reinhardt instead of the Orisa?
They need to take space, and it's hard to. Okay, God.
F. Stop.
Honestly, I think the switch over to the Reinhardt is smart here because the Orisa struggles to take down Pharah, and unless Shaka Khan gets a great shot or something like that, the Pharah is going to continue to rain down on them and just out-damage them in a poke battle. And the Genji kind of wants to do that, and they're just kind of playing it out. Instead now, if they're going to play the Reinhardt, the group is allowed to move together a little bit better and try to avoid front lash, and maybe give Shaka Khan or Phantom Tones at least a couple of seconds to hit shots.
That makes sense. Man, thank God Fox is here to offer actual insight, because I'm very good at saying what is happening in front of me verbatim without thought. But y'all are here for the like, and here's what that actually means in not dumb bitch words.
Oh,
Because
trust me,
those are all I have.
I'm definitely in the same place as you are. I'm sure that I've said a whole bunch of stupid shit right now.
Yeah, no, I excel at the auctioneer part of casting, not so much the psychiatrist part.
Well, I think it's interesting because honestly, what's happening for the side of Knights of the Republic, they're playing comfort heroes mostly. Like Hefty and Maia, I know they're both very confident on the Rein Zarya. That is their combination. Rogue Waves is playing his Ana. Jackstrill on Baptiste. I don't know if that's Jackstrill's favorite player right now, but I have seen him play it before to a pretty high degree. And then Juice and Front Lash, they're playing their two big boys, right? For the side of Dilfhunters, it's a little different here. They're kind of mixing up who plays what. We see like the old Razzle has moved over into a support role after just playing main tank. And they're kind of doing some, just like mixing up what's happening.
Yeah.
They are going double hit to try to take
Razzle's
care of Pharah.
defense, he is playing the main tank of healers.
True. But it's actually gonna be kind of rough because Hefty, if he comes back into this game, he's gonna spawn in the back. He's gonna spawn all the way in his spawn point. So this is the time here where Dilfhunters got to try to take advantage of that. I mean, it's unfortunate, but we can't really back up the game or do anything to do that. So
yeah,
it's
Hefty
funny, though,
did just join back in. So
that was not who we paused for.
Was the pause for Navi originally? Okay, everyone is error. All right, we are back in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. Just now be running back. He is sticking on that Reinhardt, so that was an intentional change, not just the weird lag.
Hefty's gonna come back for Monkey. He's just picking something fast so that he can get back into the fight.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially on defense, it's probably more important for him to be present. You know, switch off on this. Jumps into that back line, gets some damage off on City Owl, but not quite enough. A big purple goes on. Hefty getting out of the way before going down with the front line and Jack Skrill too. But Juice with the huge blade to make up for it. Now it's under 44. Hefty takes one kill, but Navi immediately takes one of his points. Nothing from behind you. It's still at 3-3.
No one can hide from
but not if front left comes in and gets 2 kills. That'll help quite a bit for Knights of the Old Republic.
Gotta get on that. Gotta get on that.
That point. Bonsi Toss putting in work right now on this point, like a 4v1. Still alive.
He's just looking out now.
Does get slept and purple, but still doesn't die.
And it goes down.
Here. That's my vote for play of the game, even if the system doesn't understand how impressive it was. That man lived for so long alone on that point.
He just played 2
Objective
points.
lost.
He went through 2 waves of heroes.
New defense
Yeah.
line. Objective B.
That was some lone survivor shit right there. That was... And to celebrate, he's switching off to Zarya. I do like the Zarya switch on the second point. I feel like
Yeah, I think they didn't really have the opportunity to switch there, as I didn't realize. They just run to it real late in that. Just the last one getting in, so they might have switched that whole second.
yeah, but he just couldn't leave point.
Kill him.
That would make sense. Ooh, front lash and Hefty immediately able to take some kills. Hefty dropping the ultimate to get there and try and get the second kill on Phantom Jones, but doesn't as Phantom takes him out with a well-timed right click. But I assume there's a name for the right click, but you know, the McCree right
And the
click.
hammer.
What?
And the hammer.
Is that like the official Overwatch
Yeah.
name? I know that's the like shooting a gun name. All right.
Yeah, that's the that's the
Ooh.
Flash
I'm
on the high ground.
learning.
I'm already sensing ultimate coming in hot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it, and he
Looking
sure is
for it.
positioned for it.
Wait to see him stand still for a second and then hop up.
Front lash taking the 1v1 over here. Shaka drops down to get away from it.
And
Oh,
that's
but wait.
exactly what Shaka wanted.
Front lash down. So now not only is that a numbers advantage in favor of the Dilfhunters, but it also means that the front lash and his ults are not there.
Yeah, but
Shatter gets blocked. Shatter gets blocked and immediately followed up by Blade and Blade. Oh god. Really well timed ults, and Front Lash doesn't even use that ultimate and is able to completely wipe out Dilfhunters.
hey, I was expecting that to be a front lash ultimate, not Juice ultimate there.
Yeah. I liked the idea of the Grav Blade, and I also think Juice did a really nice job of, once the Grav only hit Navi, responding to that and, you know, instead of going for damage in the Grav, immediately turning on to squishies and going for damage elsewhere. It was
I think that might have been, like, the Blade was the second blade. I think that might have been intended to be a Grav barrage, but they only got one, so they held.
well, kind of
Potentially.
You know,
big brain play you came here for.
Dilfhunters is playing in so weird fashion right now. Like, where the tanks are at. They're
Yeah.
going in like a
10 seconds.
trying to get
Do something!
Ooh, and the Bob.
Bob goes under. That's huge. Shocking.
Огонь по готовности!
Yeah, but is it going to be enough? Big shatters to take on Phantom Jones gets 2. but it's still not the number advantage that they need. It was such a short spawn for Knights of the Old Republic. It's going to be very tough for Dilfhunters to take this point now. Especially as City Owl and Phantom Tones both go down. Do they even have touch on this overtime? They do not. We're left with 1.0% for Dilfhunters attack.
Yeah, it
Score.
seems like right now Dilfhunters
0
kind of looks a little
to 1.
confused on what their
Switching
game plan is.
sides.
Like, there's tanks that are playing too far back, and they're not playing really as a group like we saw on Oasis. On Oasis, they're playing really well grouped, and like they had everything kind of under control. Right now, it looks like they're mostly just playing slow and waiting for Shaka Khan to hopefully pop off with the Mercy Pocket. But that's just not a reliable way to play the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they're getting the pick that they want to go in, but they're not like they have to be there for that pick to matter. They have to be in the game and fighting the team fight for him to get that one. That's one of the ways you address a Pharah
Ready
there
for battle.
with this is getting the Pharah pick first and then going, or you ignore it. But they're waiting to get the Pharah pick. It feels like before they do anything, and by then, once they get to point, the Pharah's half spawn.
Attackers
Yeah.
incoming in 30
Absolutely.
seconds.
Now, I obviously remember because I pay attention, but for our viewers who might not remember, who won game 1?
Dilfhunters.
Okay, I thought so.
Also,
I
there's
mean,
something-
obviously, I remembered.
there's something weird going on with your mic, Keegan. You're making like lots of poppy sounds. I'm not really sure what that is.
Oh, weird.
And I think that chat
5,
says that
4,
we're
3,
quiet and the game is
2,
loud.
1. Attackers incoming.
Huh. Is it like
Defend
popping sounds
objective
like
A.
from P's and B's in my voice, or just it is popping?
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, that's weird. I'm a little far away, but I have a pop filter I could toss in front of it.
All right. See Hefty getting in there, getting some ult charge.
Thank you.
I like the double shields from Dilfhunters here. Ooh, and Phantom Tones likes the double shield too, as he's able to take out Front Lash and keep himself at full health. Love this positioning also from Razzle.
They're doing some pretty good rotations, at least moving together. I'm liking this, liking the way that
Juice went in deep for that, but ends up
they
dying.
do need to move though, because they don't really have an angle for their Ana where the Orisa is. So he needs to realize that soon.
Yeah. I liked that position
Oh, but
until Orisa was not in his
ooh,
line.
ooh, Rogue Waves with the sleep. No, sorry, old Razzle with the sleep on Rogue Waves.
Yeah,
to
that was
save
really
himself.
nice. A little flip back. And that's why I like that high ground position.
Oof.
No, not being able to just
I
jump.
don't think Shaka quite realized it was the whole team up there when he went up.
Oh my god, Hefty taking 3 kills, including both of the healers. Mayala comes in to finish off the second of their tanks, and all of a sudden this is just easy cap for Knights of the Old Republic. Do you think Dilfhunters are even going to try to get a touch right now, or did they just bring
No,
it
they
to point two?
no, they can't even come close to touching.
Yeah, right now, it just looks like the
Objective
rotation from
lost.
Dilfhunters. They're kind of in the dark on where they're
Defense
at.
point.
The DPS
Yeah.
are playing in smart positions, but tanks right now are just letting themselves get out rotated.
No, it's fair.
It looked like they had movement, but then they stuck with the movement that they moved to with instead of continuing it.
Hopefully a little easier for them on this point with a little clearer positioning, but Hefty immediately jumps in. Bob comes out to try and answer, but Juice's blade is enough to take a kill. Jackstrip also dropping for a kill on point, and it looks like they're going to cap this. Of course they do.
Victory.
That was just a really nice, let's pop all our ults and make this happen from Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, Front Lash with that fancy new Pharah
Play
skin.
of the game.
Juice says, you know. Oh, nice, nice. Nice? What do you mean, you know? That was a great play.
I also was wrong earlier about the grab. He definitely bladed first.
Yeah, I thought that was a great play. All right, so the score's 1-1 now.
right.
Sorry about the thrower named Bob. Honestly, true. Damn it, Bob.
You know, I think that right there is just a kind of showing of what can happen when you are not playing well with tanks effectively. I think like we saw Bonsley Toss make some great plays on the Roadhog, like an individual play. But again, Roadhog is an individual hero. He wants to get success by being by himself or getting kills, you know, on a flank or something like that. Versus someone like Orisa who wants to control space by poking and giving up a little bit of room as they're approaching. They kind of let the side of the Knights of the Republic to come in there, where especially on that second point, or the first point, Anubis, when they were on attack, they let them rotate down below and then up to the high ground onto their supports without doing as much poking as they needed to. That Orisa there needed to get some more grabs and pull people off of those stairs and onto the places where DPS can exploit them. Of course, it's King's Row. I hate King's Row. I'm so tired of King's Row.
Kings Row.
So,
Oh, wait.
Wait. Could it be? Oasis. Kings it is.
Wait, no. And then you said Paris.
Yeah, but Paris is a different map type than
Yeah.
Kings.
God damn it.
he tricked you pretty
Although-
bad right there.
Are you excited for next week when we will only see Anubis?
Actually, yes. I mean, I don't think that Anubis is a
It's-
bad 2CP map.
No, I know. I
No,
just
no,
think it's
but
funny that the options
it's-
next week are Paris, Anubis, and
2 weeks from now. It's weeks
2
6.
weeks.
Yeah, weeks 5 and 6.
Yeah, it's Paris, Anubis, and the Moon Colony.
All right. Keegan, your
Hit me.
keyboard is so loud.
See, I'm telling you, it's not just me. You got all kind of like poppy weird sounds. Like it almost sounds kind of like when your mouse touches your table. That's what the sound is that's coming out.
Weird. Is it better if I put this over here?
I can only tell if you're typing.
Can you still hear me when it's over here?
Are you typing?
I can hear your voice.
I can definitely hear you typing.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm also not typing during game. Just in the lobby. But the mouse thing might literally be me moving my mouse. So hopefully moving the mic a little farther away will make the mouse movement not come through because it'll be on a different table instead of the same table. Wow, Frontlash insta-locking onto that Pharah. That is a man who knows what he wants.
That is his trick. Frontlash is a great Pharah player.
Yeah.
And definitely famous for it in the league for playing Pharah. So.
Ooh, nice. Dilfhunters versus Dilfhunters. So,
Ready.
red is Knights of the Old Republic, correct?
That is right.
Okay. But they're both Dilfhunters.
That's right.
Yeah, I did not. Oh, I can still change that, I think.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Dilfhunters versus Milfhunters. Can we just have like every team in the league one season?
Okay, so let's see what's the strategy. So it looks like Knights is going with the same thing that they had been going with the
4, 3, 2,
Rhine Zarya
one.
and then
attackers incoming.
Genji, Pharah
Defend
type of
objective
play.
And we're seeing Old Razzle back to main tank. Yep, looks like we got the mirrored Ryan Zarya.
Ooh, Hefty going a little deep on that and does get frozen, but the lamp saves him.
A good wall off there by Edgelord. They got a good isolation, just didn't manage to fully hit the kill.
And another one of those. I mean, 2 or 3 times now they've gotten pretty good isolation. It's just not quite enough to cap off. Now they are pushing back a little bit here. Nice charge comes out from Hefty, but ends with
They have that Zarya separated from her team. Yeah.
Ooh. Bondsley taking 2 big kills on both of the tanks, immediately forcing Knights of the Old Republic to back up to their spawn.
Now, surprised there, didn't see as much of good dynamite work there by Shaka Khan during all of those isolations, like we had been seeing, but they do manage to win that fight still. Remember, the job here is to Mei isolates, and then ideally, like that isolation, it's a great isolation, you got 3 of them.
Ooh, huge hammer!
Doesn't hurt when you get a huge hammer.
Oh man, the hammer! You see old Razzle celebrating a little bit. Who wouldn't? Huge hammer behind a Mei wall with the dynamite on top of it. It feels good. I'm just glad I was watching the first person and decided to do that.
Playing super close right now. What we're going to be looking for now is the head to shatter. It does get blocked though.
Oh! Razzle is able to block it, and a huge blizzard comes out, trapping, again, 3 people who immediately get taken down.
Yeah.
Once again, Dilfhunters just cleaning up easy. I think it might be time for Knights of the Old Republic to start considering a different approach.
I think that if they're going to try to run something like this, they're going to have Lucio. They just have to move faster so that they can engage in on it.
Yeah, if they could have moved in on the Mei and the
And we see both the Mercy ultimate and the blade coming in. Mercy on both teams. The window comes up, but it is blocked off by the Mei. Frontlash tries to use his ult, but is dropped down by the Mei. Basically, Mei just doing an incredible amount of work in this fight.
Razzle just sitting there on a rogue wave swinging.
And Frontlash does get rezzed, a bold res from Zarathustra, but enough to get him up there. But not going to be enough to win them the fight. Again, Dilfhunters take over that fight and are able to hold the point.
I think actually
We've got, what, 1, maybe 2 more pushes?
Yeah, 2 pushes if they play it right. I think Juice had an unfortunate misplay right there. When he got his blade and he got the bubble, he accidentally dashed into the wall, so then he couldn't cut the distance down, so they didn't get as much as they wanted out of that.
And Juice now switched off onto the Bastion. Gets frozen by that blizzard and taken out before he's able to do anything. And they just clean up completely. We have a pharmacy in the back. Oh, it gets popped by Edgelord with a right click, which also probably has a name that I don't know.
And there's the BM Bob coming in from Shaka Khan.
Bold
Zarathustra does kill him. So they're going to have to res it. So they're going to be down a Bob and their res in this mid-fight.
That BM really could cost them point right
They
here.
actually could. Yeah, that could have been a throw.
Yeah, 20 seconds is plenty of time for them to get up here, and without Bob and without Rez, this is actually a huge fight advantage. The Maywall doesn't really hold anyone out, and it's not enough to save old Razzle from that ultimate. Hefty comes in and gets the shattered. Sponzy does block it, but still lots of kills coming out here. Arthur's to Rez's Juice. Twix is able to take out Hefty, but that Rez from Juice takes out Edgelord, who's been huge in all of these fights, and all of a sudden, Knights of the Old Republic is ahead. Juice cleaning off the last couple people.
Twigs just
Can Twigs survive? Can Twigs?
He lived long enough to win.
Oh,
the old Razzle.
Not enough. Dies under point. Now we're almost definitely going to see the cap come out.
The old Razzle with a crazy
boldest res of her
play.
life. City Owl cannot get the ballsiest res of her life off. And we do see the point cap by Knights of the Old Republic.
Stop the payload.
There's a little bit of misplay, a little bit of silliness coming out of Dilfhunters, but it does cost them that point.
Yeah, I really do think Shaka throwing that Bob may have cost them that point.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just goes to show you can't be too goofy. They are going to be running now a pirate shippy type comp.
Well, you certainly can't be too goofy with 20 seconds left on
Right.
the clock. That's plenty of time. And when his Juice comes around the corner, immediately starts firing off. doesn't get much done.
So this is all about when tanks take fight. So as they round corners, is when they have to go, and that's exactly what they
Big
do.
grab does come off onto the pirate ship. That's a great way to counter that pirate ship, but Rogue Waves with a really nice lamp to fix that up. But it's just not going to be enough. Shaka, Razzle, Bombs, Toss just cleaning up, pushing Rogue Waves away, but going to die. Mercy does end up getting away, but uses her ult in the process.
Dilfhunters played that correctly, though. Just being around the corner in that right area, and they know when to engage when there's a bastion like that.
Absolutely. So Knights of the Old Republic probably left with about 2 more fights here. Grouping up and lining up for this. Juice going into sentry mode. With the window in front of him, but a little far back. He doesn't have a direct line of sight, but it's not going to matter when Frontlash is able to get up there and take out City Owl and Bonsley Toss. Huge numbers advantage now in their direction, and Frontlash taking out yet another. This might be enough for them to cap off Streets. That's definitely enough.
Yeah. That's a good attempt.
Shaka, that's it.
I never side with the team that plays Bastion, but this is
I don't like. Big bold nano there coming out. And he is able to get the shatter out onto the Bastion, but the Bastion is saved by the lamp. Is he going to be able to kill him? Yes, Juice does go down to Bonsley Toss, but Edgelord dies in the process. Frontlash just popping off here with these kills. But you can't pop off with kills after you get headshot by an Ashe.
That's one of the things that makes playing tanks so difficult against Afar is, there's just no way for them to actually physically move him. So it's up to DPS to take care of it, unless you're playing D.Va.
Yeah, despite the odds though, Dilfhunters was able to keep them from capping, and now seems to have control of this point. We do have the solo grab. Grab ends up getting both of the tanks. Ults coming out from both sides. Bob in a really nice position there to do some huge damage, and taking advantage of it. Bonsley Toss and Edgelord get 2 kills. Shock as Bob takes 2 more Bonsley kills off Juice, and Frontlash says, alright, point taken, I'll just off myself.
Yeah.
They are not able to get that second point.
Good turnaround by Dilfhunters there. Again, you can't play too silly. If you're going to play silly, you got to make sure you at least win.
Yeah, Shaka in the end, they're actually using Bob to make up for the other one.
Initiating match.
Imagine wasting Bob on a Mercy. I would be really toxic. A little bit of a fight going on in all chat over the BM Bob.
Papa Thustra, that's the second time, now really the third time that he's become famous in the league for some silly stuff like that. I mean, we used to call this Zarathustra's Row because a great clutch play that he had one season on Reinhardt, and now he has done an emote as Reaper to accidentally give up the point, get killed, and now he gets the cheeky kill on someone who tries to be a BMer. So I think Zarathustra might just be the most BM/cheeky player in the league at this point.
The King of Kings Row?
Yeah. The King Troll.
You love to see it. I mean, someone has to be.
Now actually we're going to see on the sides of Knights of the Re, they are going to be running a Kree Mei. So Frontlash is going to go to the Mei. Mei is just so strong on this stupid point. It's one of the reasons why I hate this map. There's an easy way to block it though, is the team goes up through the theater, out and around this way, instead of being isolated, but
not a lot of people go for that, and certainly aren't going to go for it the very first time when you don't know Mei's there. She's able to get exactly what she wants. Does get Razzle separated from his team. Bonsley Toss dies in the process. Edgelord and Twigs both going low. Not a great first push. Oh my god, but Razzle with a massive charge from the high ground.
And that is the right play there, because he needs to sacrifice himself and get back to his team so that they can reset and get something going.
Yeah, absolutely. A little wild to watch, but definitely the right call.
Yeah. Because now they're down 1. Frontlash is dead, and Mei is not a fast hero, so they're going to see the push without the Mei. And there's another pick, so it's 6-4.
And now no DPS. This should be a pretty easy cap for the Knights of the Old Republic. Or is that Dilfhunters? They're both Dilfhunters, so who knows?
That's a great wall there by Frontlash, actually.
Really nice wall. Yeah, getting Razzle Dazzle out of the way, separating Edgelord from his healer. He was getting the Mercy pocket, but you put a wall between the Mercy and the Hanzo, and he stops getting a pocket. Oh,
Hefty
the
tried to get a
hammer
big
blocked
slam.
again. Constantly toss.
Yeah, it blocks it with his projected. Shotgun getting the big pocket.
Immediately backing off very smart. But Juice doesn't back off quite enough. Is taken out by Bonsley Toss, I think, through the hotel.
They need to get a kill here. Yep.
Only Edgelord and Shock able to make kills off of that sleep. Man. Is this what it feels like to play Ana with people who actually respond when you sleep things? Because I'm in bronze, so I've never experienced that. When I sleep things, people immediately shoot it.
Bronze, no one knows what's happening.
It's fun.
It's like FFA with rules.
Oh god, it's so awful. Like, hey, I got a 5-man purple, and they're like, what does that mean? Like, ooh, Bonsley Toss just getting a little too far up there, is taken out. Old Razzle, though, not frazzled by it, does keep pushing forward as Edgelord takes the kill off on Myella.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
okay
kind of making space up front here for the payload to get moving.
Yeah, it's okay to go for picks there. What they're trying to do is stagger them, because Streets is so easy to stagger.
Yeah, absolutely. And staggering here could mean a win.
Yeah.
When they don't even need to fully cap Streets.
Like, look how far back the Zarya is. They've got to go such a long way to reconnect, so...
Yeah, and Bonsley pushing up a bit here to try and keep him back to get some free space on that payload. Looks like it's working out.
Juice gets a fat pick, though, on Edgelord, just in the top corner, so now there's nothing really to contest him until Shaka Khan turns the corner.
Big Dynamite comes out. Oh, locked in the corner there. City Owl goes down. Front lash. Died, I guess. Hefty able to take out Shaka and Old Razzle. Looks like that's going to be enough for them to hold this here. But with 3.5 minutes, it should be easy for Dilfhunters to regroup and push again. Assuming that is Dilfhunters again. They both say Dilfhunters. I don't.
Blue is Dilfhunters currently.
Cool.
We gotta be careful. I think the big thing here is Bonsley can't throw too much of himself early. That's a huge shatter there by the old Razzle.
Huge shatter out there. But Hefty with a really nice charge to take out Bonsley Toss follows it up by killing old Razzle. And then is put to sleep while trying to shatter, but it doesn't matter.
It's a little bit of a BM shatter, honestly, because
Yeah,
you win that fight without that, but I think he wanted to make sure that Yo Razzle knows that he also has shatter, so you better respect me.
Yeah, and I think it's tough sometimes to know in the moment, you know, when you don't need to use your ult. I think it's easier to err on the side of needing it. Easy to overuse ults rather than to underuse them. When Grab does come out, again gets the Vegeta and the main tank. Bob goes out behind it, able to get quite a bit of damage off. Actually takes out Hefty and Front Lash. Puts damage on Juice before Bonsley Toss finishes the kill. Zarathustra able to get away with his shield, but a lot of pressure put on now by Dilfhunters.
Yeah.
Gonna put them in a great position to cap this point off. Especially with Myella going down and Bonsley Toss, and neither team now has their off-tank, unless City Owl brings your off-tank back, and Shaka drops Zarathustra during an ultimate, putting them in a really nice position here to cap off with this high noon could be the difference, and it does take out Old Razzle as he drops for just a second, followed up by great ult from Buntlash to take out both healers, and with less than a meter to go, the point is not capped. I think they have, what, 0.43?
They got 3.4 meters to go.
It was 3.4 to the win.
Yeah.
Not to. I was thinking 3.4 was the distance to the point.
No,
And I was like, damn, they only have like half a meter to cap.
The big thing here is that I think Dilfhunters actually overused ults there.
Yeah,
they only
bit.
need to win one push now. So you got to try to hold everything for that last push. Use it effectively.
Yeah, and the next thing they're going to have is Shaka's Bob. After that, it'll be a hot second. Luckily, Shaka will have Bob pretty soon.
And they're gonna have shatter. Both Reinhardts will have shatter.
Yeah, to be fair, there's not a ton of ults on the side of KOTR either. Front Lash taken down quick. Bob goes out into a fantastic position. Hefty does knock the Bob back a little bit, but it's not enough. Hefty gets the shatter out and is healed, but now that he's purple, he has to stay away from that Bob and play very safe, and he's just not able to. He falls into the Bob. Edgelord takes the final kill. Shaka and Old Razzle taking the last couple kills to easily cap that point. And again, Old Razzle celebrating by shaking his booty on point.
It's a good little pop off there by Edgelord. Two headshots kind of turn that.
Play of the game.
So that's gonna bring.
And speak of the devil.
This is also some great play.
Double, triple.
Is this when he gets the headshot on the front lash as well? No, I was thinking of a different one. Still a very nice play of the game. You'll love to see it.
You muted, Will? We haven't heard your voice in a hot second.
Yes.
Oh.
I was talking through that whole last point, I promise.
Oh no!
Sorry about that, bud.
So sorry, you probably just thought I was interrupting you so much.
No, like, honestly, I thought you were talking to me. You were responding relatively appropriately.
No, well, we were just watching the same things. On the same level. Alright, so now it is what, 2-1 in favor of Dilfhunters?
Is 2-1 in favor of Dilfhunters.
Lovely. This is easier when they don't have the same name in game, I swear. Oh, well. I should just get my shit together. So, what do you think is Knights of the Old Republic's play going forward? Knowing their play style and, their team and the upcoming map type, what do you think? What map do they pick? What comp are they going for? What's the play to even this out and take us to map 5?
It's going to be different. I think they actually need to go with dive. If you're Knights of the Old Republic, I think you go dive, you pick up a Mercy, and then have Rogue Wave play Ana, play Juice on Genji, front lash Pharah, and then put Hefty and Maia if they can play Diva or another dive tank would be really good. Hefty's really strong with the Monkey, and right now they're having to play very slow with no Lucio to their advantage. So I think they need to play something divey so that they can try to isolate individuals on the side of Dilfhunters, just to try to make an individual play.
Totally fair. What map do you think we're going to see?
I think we're going to see Rialto.
Ah, well,
Rialto. It's an interesting map. Rialto is not a dive map in a lot of situations. No. Rialto is much better at like Orisa style maps. There's a lot of long sight lines, good for snipers, things like that want to take sight lines. But it could also be a comfort pick. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure to switch names, whoever's in charge of that.
So we'll add that we are in for Rialto now. So if this plays into kind of Dilfhunters, I think Dilfhunters wants to play this, honestly. Mm-hmm. If they play Edgelord and Shaka Khan again on snipers, or at least on Ashe and Hanzo, that's going to put a big advantage there for that side.
Yeah, I think that absolutely puts them in a position they want to be in. Sets them up for success on this map.
Now, I will say, Pharah can also get some good value in this map, and we know that Front Lash is a really strong Pharah player, so they might be looking to do the pocket Front Lash and then have their tanks in the front with, and there we see Hefty going with the Orisa and Gingerbeard.
Oh, and US Navi on support now.
Yeah, Usnavi does play support. I think he's mostly a tank player, question mark. Someone might need to correct me in the chat there, but...
he's been mostly playing tank, so... I'll razzle back on main tank, and now Bonsley Toss taking over on off tank.
Bonsley was playing off tank on the last map, I think.
Yeah, US Navi mains Orisa.
Yeah, I thought so.
But I have seen him play support before, but typically you will see him on the tank, yeah.
And this is what I figured we'd see from Shaka back on the Ashe. I think Shaka's been doing a good job of countering Front Lash's Pharah. Front Lash has a good Pharah, but Shaka has good aim, and
a pocket.
Good aim in a pocket is a good Pharah counter. Immediately, Edgelord getting out in front of things. We see the Reinhardt duel start right away. Big Purple goes off onto old Razzle and puts him in danger. A pull almost
wanted that pull.
Map. Oh, he's sneaking up behind Gingerbeard, trying to finish off this Ryan 1v1. Is it going to be enough? Gingerbeard goes pretty low, but old Razzle gets purpled and has to back off yet again. He takes off Hefty in the meantime, but Hefty's res by Zarathustra, and with no mercy on the side of Dilfhunters, that's not as big of a deal. Edgelord,
a big purple
Oh, and Bonsley with
Twigs.
kills on both of the tanks.
Alright, it's just a mirror left in the back. See if she's gonna try to get some picks as she exits. Or just stall it right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dilfhunters making a lot of progress here. Probably going to get caught off before they cap the point,
But they're gonna have a 6v5.
I'm actually glad to see Hefty switch over into the Sigma here.
yeah,
He's going to provide more AoE damage, and he can help with the Pharah. He just got more utility available.
another purple on Ol Razzle. Ol Razzle just getting rocked by these purples from Rogue Wave.
Ooh, that was almost bigger than it could have been.
Oh, the blade for 2. Massive blade there. Followed up beautifully by shotgun
The
plays.
payload has reached
Just
the
clean plays there from Dilfhunters.
Looks like Shaka Khan is having a lot of fun there, doing some
Ooh.
tactical crouching.
Edgelord getting the reflect kill on Juice. Juice hitting Fan the Hammer just as Edgelord hits his reflect. You hate to see it.
That matchup between Genji and McCree is a lot more even now.
Yeah. Hefty playing way up in the front line. They're trying to get some charge on.
Helden sterben nicht. Do something!
Oh, Shaka Khan's Bob went into a terrible play.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Front lash with a massive ultimate. Hefty sitting at 100 energy for this whole fight is able to take out Ol Razzle. Front lash says, you know what, never mind, and just offs himself. Probably the right call right now as Navi tries to do the same. Hefty picking up kills on both of those folks. They're going to have to regroup on the side of Dilfhunters for sure.
So another switch by Hefty. This time he's going for pure damage. He says, screw this, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make it happen.
And he's making it happen. He's doing a great job.
Happen, yeah.
Shield, you know, getting the damage output you need. Zarya with a lot of energy is basically a DPS.
One of the highest DPS in the game.
It's nutty, and now he's got 100 again.
Right.
You're just giving it. Oh, and Hefty positioning now for a grab. Bonsley with a huge ultimate there. Edgelord following it up. And Hefty says, you know what, maybe I'll save that graph and hide up here.
He might try to go for a late grab to pull him off the cart, but I think that's risky, honestly. I think he should have offed himself a while ago.
Point.
the checkpoint.
It's a risky
Yeah,
play,
being 5 right now is a liability for Hefty. So far behind.
and he's losing charge every second,
Mm-hmm.
so he becomes less threatening.
Frontlash trying to get this high angle here to save Hefty. Oh, and Hefty takes out Shaka Khan from behind and gets the huge grab, taking out US Navi and Ol Razzle with some help from Frontlash. Twigs goes down next. Edgelord does come in and take out Rogue Waves and Hefty in response, but just not going to be enough. Diva goes down. Zarathustra forced to use that res, but again, not going to be enough. Just a massive fight from Knights of the Old Republic there. And all starting from what we said was bad positioning. So sorry, Hefty. You were right.
It's still a bad position.
It just worked that time.
It just
That's
worked that
fair.
time.
We are about to see a nano blade.
Really? Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited. Hold up, let me get Juice's. Oh, Juice in the back line. Oh, but they didn't need it.
He's upset.
Of that ultimate. Juice didn't even need the nano blade to win that fight. And it's not even going to set them back that much because they still have Mercy's Valkyrie and
Yeah. That was some miscommunication between Frontlash and Juice for sure, because Juice was definitely calling for that ultimate.
the
Yeah.
Zarathustra says value.
Well, that shifts it in the favor now of Dilfhunters. They're going to have their Nano Blade and their Bob and Shatter.
Oh, and Bob comes out pretty much immediately. A fairly big shatter. Juice trying to make something happen here, but Shaka taking 2 picks right at the front, turning it into 3 with the Bob. And even though Bonsley has been taken out of his mech, that does not mean nearly as much as an actual kill, which Dilfhunters got a lot of in that fight. Now, luckily, thanks to the short spawn, it's not going to be enough for Dilfhunters to cap.
There's still a 2-ult kill though, so sucks for Zarathustra.
Yeah,
like
that's
Oh, and Edgelord getting taken down as he pops his ultimate. A huge pick, but Shotgun and Navi both get kills out of it. Front Lash comes in and stops them again. Old Razzle is able to take out Front Lash, but it might be too little too late, especially with that big purple coming down from Rogue Waves. Takes out Old Razzle and US Navi. Dilfhunters will not be capping now, but with another 2 minutes on the clock. And ult advantage. I would not count them out.
As they start their crash, I think Bonsley, he's been playing a little too long on that Diva. As I say that, he uses his ult though. Doesn't get anything though, unfortunately.
ooh, big shatter from Old Razzle.
A huge advantage in favor of Dilfhunters. Hefty is able to drop the ult, and Front Lash gets 2 kills off of it.
It's gonna be a close one. He's gotta win the 1v1. He does! He gets it!
God, is that enough? Does he get it?
Oh my god, good play.
Complete.
Edgelord able to get that cap from the 1v1 against Hefty.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
That was a great play by Edgelord right there, getting that with the shuriken headshots into the dash. Just turned that what was definitely a losable fight into a cap.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, beginning of that fight, it looked like it was not going in their favor at all, but 2 quick Genji kills can make a lot of difference.
Ready for battle.
It's definitely, they didn't take with much time, 50 seconds, but it's definitely going to be an uphill battle here for Knights to get this going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Now we're seeing, I'm actually surprised that they're not going to run the Orisa here. I know why they're not, because they're expecting like a semi-dive or maybe even another Orisa, but I would like to see Hefty play Orisa here. And just poke for a bit. Not be so worried about trying to take space aggressively, because you have the cart to push you now. You don't need to take space like that.
5, 4, 3, 2,
But
1. Attackers
my opinion.
incoming.
But that's just a theory.
Yeah, exactly.
We do see a little bit more dive coming out here from Hefty on attack, going immediately up to that high ground, trying to drop down and make something happen.
He's just gonna
Old
tickle.
Rascal says, no sir. No, no, no. And post Dynamite Hefty has to run back to his team.
Now they are making space because unfortunately
Yeah.
Dilfhunters is not capitalizing as well as they need to here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're making the space they need. You know, at the end of the day, it's not like Dilfhunters won a fight or did anything exceptional
Yeah,
there.
they just walked to the point.
Right.
They just moved the point. That's
don't
what
think-
matters.
I don't think anyone died there.
Nope, no one died on either side. The point's moving. That's what matters. Oh, and Hefty does finally go down. So there's an advantage now for Dilfhunters to hopefully stop this push. Juice gets a nice pick off on Edgelord there, forcing US Navi to use that res. Shaka is able to take 2 picks. Zarathustra now using his res, but a huge numbers advantage right now in favor of Dilfhunters. Forces Knights of the Old Republic to just back up, regroup, get ready for the next push.
That was a good turn. That window by Twigs kind of pushed that in the favor of Dilfhunters for that.
Edgelord looking for a pick there, doesn't quite find it. Big aerial fight going on now between the Echo and the Pharah, but with a pocket on Front Lash, it's a little nicer in his favor, and all of a sudden there's a 2-man advantage. But it doesn't mean all that much when Rogue Waves and Gingerbread take care of that. Shaka with a huge bob is able to push that advantage back in their favor, followed by Edgelord using Pharah ultimate to take out Gingerbread. Again, Knights of the Old Republic just barely held. Bob does come in from Knights of the Old Republic here, but sadly in a position where they can just stay away from him.
Man, I really wish I knew who Gingerbread was.
Did I say Gingerbread again?
At least 3 times in that fight.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't be so close to Gingerbread, and then I wouldn't say it. I'm sorry, Gingerbeard.
It's a good pick, you
Well,
gotta be
I'll
careful.
talk slower and I'll mess it up. Front Lash died. Zarathustra resurrected Front Lash. Front Lash kill Shaka.
That's a good play by Hefty to come up with the flank right there. Now they're gonna do Nano Pharah.
Still a really nice play. Oh, and all Front Lash took out with that ultimate was Twig's Lamp. Luckily, his team follows up on it for him. Looks like they might be able to cap here, but that could be a big Bob from Dilfhunters.
The Bob is gonna stall, but it's not getting any value, so Bonsley needs to go ham onto this Reinhardt. There it is.
That bomb's the Bob for the 1v1 there. Hefty, though, coming in. And Juice helping him out, getting 2 kills, both of the tanks down because of Juice's dynamite. Edgelord is trying to hold this front line against Hefty, but he's outnumbered, taken down. Twigs, though. Twigs can keep it going with 0.05. Not quite going to be enough, though, and they are able to cap that off. Nice
Oh no,
to
who's Snobby? Okay, good. That was gonna be a feed play right there. You're about to feed your Baptiste again. Remember, kids, if you're playing Mercy, don't feed and res at the very last second. Touching doesn't exist. So let's see if they're gonna take the high ground. This is not where most of, especially in this league, we play, but this is technically the strongest point to hold. Is on that upper part of the second point.
Adaptive circuits
Oh,
engaged.
yeah.
Winston.
Edward's just gonna come in there with a Winston
From
copy.
Edgelord. It's
He's
the
ultimate
ultimate
off 3 lives.
held back Mr. Winston. He does get up there behind Gingerbeard, but Gingerbeard's saved by Zarathustra. Oh, but Zarathustra's heals cannot save you from being pushed into the river. And we see Gingerbeard go down.
Hefty got. I mean, when you lose half your health, that's all it takes. But still, he got
He's
melted.
switching to Roadhog now.
Look at this crazy flank where Front Lash is at. He's down all the way in the pit.
Oh my god, Front Lash. You love to see it.
Knights of the Re with all these crazy plays. He gets out.
Honestly, I'm into it. It worked. That's all that matters, right? Oh, Bob knocked up into the air there. Bob and Bob fight. Oh, man. You hate to see a Bob fight.
What I want to see here is the old Razzle throw that shield a little more aggressively forward.
Adaptive
Try to
circuits
take space
engaged.
without a reset.
Roadhog.
Honestly, taking a huge purple to the face, but just not enough to make a difference with Front
Ooh,
Lash in
and
the back
Front
line.
Lash is just gonna. Yeah.
Oh, and again, Gingerbeard goes off the side of the map. Oh, and Zarathustra lives by landing on the gondola. Oh my god.
They're still not addressing that Front Lash is okay.
Yeah, well, addressing Front Lash hasn't been something that's happened a lot, to be fair.
This
Front
entire
Lash just
push right now
happens.
is so
I-
fucking
I don't-
bustedly stupid. I feel like I'm
I don't
watching
know
quick
what-
play.
Yeah. I just watched US Navi zoom past the Pharah to get a res, but the Pharah didn't kill her, and then they let the Pharah get out.
Front Lash able to get a kill off and take care of the bongo before. And again, now Front Lash's ult shut down, but in the meantime, Juice and Hefty just clean up shop. And immediately, lots. Why is old Razzle mad at you?
Because he knows I'm right.
Oh, because I didn't see you type "is this QB," so I was like, why can he hear you? He's not watching the stream.
Oh, that's the hook.
On the shotgun
And
combo.
oh, they did not lose that. That's good.
Uno reverse right there.
No, you says Bonsley.
And there's the
And-
full reverse.
Oh, and Hefty pulls Bonsley back in.
Reverse
You've
into
heard of a
reverse.
widow duel, but today you get to sign up for a hog duel. Juice with a huge ultimate to push this card even a little further, and it looks like they might end up with just about the same time. We might get 50 on the clock from both teams.
I don't think think that Dilfhunters is going to be able to make a push, although that Bob could slow it down. He is contesting. So.
Yeah, Bob helps contest. He does get 1 kill, 2 kills actually. And Shaka able to secure that 3rd one on his own. Oh, but the return Shatter to kill Shaka. Shaka getting the kill with Bob after his own death. There is an advantage here that they're going to be able to cap off. And we should see, yeah, 1 minute to 107.
Complete.
Ooh, it's going to be a long game tonight, boys.
Yeehaw.
Strap in.
3-3. Initiating match.
I thought once you cap, it's over in QP. F. You love to see it.
It's just so interesting. Like, if you're watching this game, like, let's take an average platinum game.
Ready for
You'd see, if
battle.
you see flanks like that and plays like that, you would get just flamed and exploded all over the place. I think it's actually one of the reasons why I love this league, because the SRs are so mixed.
Attackers
Like,
incoming in
It's
30
so
seconds.
different. We have.
Yeah, like that.
Go ahead.
The whole first push, like, I'm just as an example, wasn't a fight really. No one got killed until they were already at this tree over here with the 4 corners.
Right.
That was
Yeah.
the first kill was Hefty, like all the way in the back.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, how crazy of a game is that? That no contest, no anything is done
Oh,
right there.
okay. My yellow left the game. Oh, they're not playing though.
They're not
Okay.
playing.
I
They're not
I
was
just
like-
sleeping.
Attackers
Oh.
incoming.
I was freaking out for a second.
Stop the payload.
I was like, oh, pause, but no, we're good.
Like the game should do that.
All right, we see very
see a
similar
hefty flank.
Oh.
coming down now from Knights of the Old Republic.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Once again, the Pharmacy gets an early kill on Shaka, forces Mercy on the other side to use her res. US Navi still pocketing.
It's a great pick by Hefty, playing on the high ground there. You gotta respect the guy. He knows how to play tank.
30 seconds.
Genji? No. Tank? Yes.
Genji, no. And again, just a big, immediate push out the gate by Knights of the Old Republic. Looking very good on this map to make up for the last one. I mean,
10 seconds remaining.
Right now, it looks like Dilfhunters, they're afraid of what Frontlash can do and the amount of pressure that he can put on. And then the tanks are taking advantage of that and just pushing into positions where they shouldn't really belong.
yeah, and it seems like instead of pushing up and trying to take control of that situation, they're just afraid of it.
Yeah.
But now they're taking some control of it. Shaka getting big picks all over the place. Oh, but a massive purple and an ultimate from Frontlash does put them a little bit back in their place. And Edgelord just
Edgelord
looking
just
for
blasting,
roadways.
yeah, shooting nowhere. Might be a throw. Oh, man.
No, and they're not going to end up getting a point there. Dilfhunters holding Knights of the Old Republic.
Score.
Now all Dilfhunters have to do to win this match
Switching
is get 1 point. In what, 1 minute and 7 seconds?
Initiating match.
That is the time on the board.
Shaka says, I know how to do it. I'll play the same hero. And Edgelord saying, I couldn't find you. I didn't know you were there. Yep. Now, Rogue Waves, he clearly did not know you were standing there.
Dead ass.
Depth perception is a hard skill.
Ready for battle.
Well, really, honestly, a great push there for only having 45 seconds out of Knights.
Yeah.
So let's see if Dilf can match it. If they push past it and they cap the point, then tonight's match is over. But
With basically the same amount of time to do it, though, it is possible they'll be held back. I'm surprised how far back Knights of the Old Republic are playing right now, considering. It seems like they're trying to take this third corner. Oh, as I say it, they start to push forward a little more.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload. 60 seconds remaining.
Beard getting right up in there, trying to play around this first corner, hoping they can hold Dilfhunters off. And Hefty getting a big pick there at the beginning is going to help them do it. With only a minute 7 on the board, they've got pretty much 1, maybe 2 fights if they're short. Dilfhunters have to make something happen right now or regroup. Lamp coming out to keep them alive. No kills going out on either side, and really Dilfhunters right now just holding this out till they can get a pick. They got Hefty on the ropes here, and Edgelord is able to take him out.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're waiting for.
Oh, a huge hammer, though.
No,
Very nice
follow
play.
up. They do get the
Doesn't
Vita.
follow up on it. Juice is able to a little later, though. Juice with US Navi and Bonsley toss kills. It's in a great position to hold this.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, honestly.
They're gonna have to get a touch here. Gingerbeard doing a nice job. Oh, but the charge to get the touch puts them into overtime.
Ooh!
3.
So now we're on an overtime push with a big advantage in favor of Dilfhunters to win this match, but a lot of distance to push it before that.
And Hefty, he's looking for a crazy play. He's been doing it all night. Someone's got to hear his chains. Please, someone hear him.
Well, and if his doesn't work, Front Lash is in the front ready for a big play result. Oh, and a huge grab from Hefty onto Shaka Khan. Not quite enough to kill him off. In fact, he loses his life in the process.
Uh-oh.
Trying to high noon through this window. Oh, and with Front Lash in the background, a massive kill.
Wow.
Actually, Knights of the Old Republic taking that.
Great
forward.
play.
God, really nice.
Crazy play.
Play of the game.
Lots of Genji top Gs tonight.
Look at Hero. Not as good as he used to
I'm
be.
not even raging, but I was on that card.
Double, triple kill.
Damn, huge blade from Edgelord. What are our tiebreaker maps tonight?
Last one was a control, just as always.
Uh,
Can it be any
So
control, or is it
The last 2 that are available.
so
Gotcha.
it can be Lijiang or Nepal.
Rad?
You know, that is rad.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice. I love that for them. Good for her. Zarathustra has a proposition. Widow 1v1 for map 5. I'm down.
Oh, good. Tell him the camera operator doesn't want to stay up that late. He's teaching marching band tomorrow morning.
That's fair. I mean, Zarathustra's teaching marching band tomorrow morning, too.
Tell him think of the kids then or something. So, we're going to come down to our final map. I'm interested to see how this is going to go down. Dilfhunters had some pretty brilliant plays and some pretty stinky plays. Uh-oh, stinkies. And I feel like Knights of the Re has been a little bit more like consistent in what you can expect from their play. Except for this last map where they were playing like crazy men. Just all over the place, going for like individual plays and all kind of weird stuff, and they're making it work, obviously.
Yeah. Working it enough to get to map 5.
Exactly.
Did we get any substitutions there? I didn't see any.
I haven't seen anything move yet. I'm not expecting to, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, was Phantom Tones in the last game?
No.
I don't think so.
Then yes, we did. We did get a switch.
No.
So we're gonna see City Owl, I guess, probably come back in. I can see that she is logging back in to the game.
Owl. We love City Owl. It's good people.
And she is my wife, so yes.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah, when he said C, he
Alright.
actually meant C.
Yeah, like I'm right next to her. No.
You looked over and you're like, are you playing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna act like I got some insider information. No one cares, Matt.
Imagine being married.
Gay? Fellas, is it gay to be married? Taco in for me. Yeah, sure, Gingerbeard, I'll play. Oh, I'm down. Oh, City Owl was removed from the custom game. Never mind, City Owl's back. A lot of twists and turns there.
What? I forgot that you did that too, Fox.
Well, I just forgot that that was like the cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the ball.
All right, we're going to nipple. Yee-haw. Trying to get partner any way you can. No.
Yikes. Already there.
Yeah.
So get,
It's pretty easy to get affiliate, honestly.
so get effed.
Damn, Gingerbeard's talking so much shit. All right, ownership's over to McStupidhead, so it looks like we might be ready to go. As soon as we get ours from everybody. All right, with the readies from both teams, we are in.
Go,
Two.
boys. Last one.
Traveling to Nepal.
I'm in the oceans.
Prepare for battle.
I'm excited. This has been a good
Same.
match, honestly.
Yeah, it really has been. Jack Stroll left the game. Jack says, whatever, you guys can win without me. I'm out of here.
He's done.
You sleepy boy. He needs his speeps.
Well, we gotta wait.
No, yeah.
Ready for battle.
This might shock you, but Front Lash is back on Farah. And both teams are playing Ryan Zarya.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture. the
Okay, so
objective.
we're gonna see Hefty going back to the Roadhog that he has been so successful with on the last map, because he can get individual value. Front Lash with the Pharmacy, so let's see what Dilfhunters does to counter it.
Immediately, both of them taking high ground and starting into a fight. Edgelord able to get a very
Gingerbeard
nice wall that takes out Gingerbeard. And Shaka follows it up with a kill onto Rogue Waves. Immediately, we're going to see Dilfhunters with the advantage here. Knights of the Old Republic have to back up and basically just give up the point to Dilfhunters. Now, it looks like Hefty might try to cap it, but no, he can't touch in time.
So we're gonna see this
First-
again, kind of like an isolation play where they're trying to get individual picks in time.
No, Hefty with the big grab there, but actually, Phantom Tones dies before the hook hits. Would have been really big. Edgelord able to get a nice wall before dying. And Hefty dies after pulling Shaka. A couple really good pulls there for Hefty, but just didn't have the health to hold up to Shaka.
Yeah, the problem with this play here for our friends on
Front Lash just kept
he's
no one's
back capping?
responding.
the old Razzle
back
missed
capping.
him.
Okay, they just barely get it in time.
They need glasses.
Almost.
They
A
couldn't see it.
super cheeky.
I was
back
watching that angle and literally just didn't turn the corner.
Yeah, the old Razzle needs glasses. Couldn't see.
there. Dude, they gave him the old razzle dazzle.
They did, dude. The
Front
problem-
lash was such a cheeky little corner too. He was like, oh, huge grab comes in on top of that. Edgelord and old Razzle just right up in it, trying to take care of it. City Owl decides to launch the Coalescence onto it. Does take out Juice, putting quite a bit of damage and healing into that. Hefty goes down to it as well, but not before Gingerbeard is able to kill
Ooh,
him.
Phantom Tones coming in and taking that flanking Vara out.
Hefty goes down as well. Another huge fight for Dilfhunters. Dilfhunters looking so clean on this control. And just as I say that, a big shatter from Gingerbeard makes them look a little messier.
Yeah, it's interesting because what's happening now is the strain is going to be on the supports for the side of the Knights. Their supports have to play so hard
Absolutely.
to keep up their tanks and like how they're doing these kind of rotations. Since there's going to be a pharmacy, so there's only one support. So Rogueways has to play out of his mind to keep all this going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Justice.
Oh, and a big ult already from Frontlash takes out 2, almost 3, with Shaka very, very low here. The ultimate from Zarathustra is keeping him up as they push forward, trying to get some more kills here, but even without the kills, Dilfhunters forced to go back to spawn. And Dilfhunters can't afford that. They are within one fight territory of potentially winning.
I think that's actually a win for Dilfhunters then, because they got to buy out the Valkyrie for nothing.
Yeah, and they've got 4 ults, almost all 6. Losing quite a few people here, but honestly, I don't think it's bad for them to lose people here. I think they need to save these ults.
Yeah, I agree. Edgelord tried to make something happen there. I think you have to invest 1, maybe, if you want to win this fight.
Yeah.
They might turn it.
A few kills here with old Razzle and Shaka taking some kills out here. Very nice fire strike. Looks like they might cap it. Oh, and Frontlash does go down. Frontlash, the last bastion between them and the point. Phantom Tones using that high noon last minute to pick off Zarathustra. Make sure he doesn't get that touch. We're seeing Gingerbeard trying to get in here and get touched before it caps. Can he do it? No, he cannot.
It was a good long take there by the side of Dilfhunters. They kind of played back into it. Knights of the Reed needed to push when they had the advantage. When they were on that high ground, they got those 2 kills early on. You got to make sure that you clean up that team, especially when someone has like a Soldier 76 or something like that that can just shoot from 50 miles away and self-sustain. You got to get those kills.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think now, Knights of the Old Republic now, one map away from potentially losing this, I think need to get a little safer, and
Yeah.
they've been, like you said, a lot of kind of going for big plays, going for big picks, playing alone. I think they need to be a little safer right now.
We're going to see double ball because everyone knows this great strategy. I still think this is a great Iron Brew strategy coming out.
Going through that like weird back room with ball.
Yeah, you go through the weird back room with ball and you push people off as they arrive on the point. There's really nothing you can do about it besides killing him. But now we're going to see Knights going in first. So here comes that ball strategy. I'm telling you, he's going to look for it.
Yeah.
He gets killed though.
Last kill.
The objective is now
Oh, we just
Are they gonna do it back to him? Nope.
Nope. They're going to take it the
FD looks
old-fashioned
like
way.
they can go for it, but no, they're just going to cap the point. And immediately we see Knights of the Old Republic taking a cap there. And I think they did exactly what I was saying. They played a lot more as a team there, and it immediately paid off for them.
Yeah.
A little safer, a little more team play. Shaka going for this back room. Coming down, taking the low ground. Shaka looking for a big bump here. Can he get it? He does knock Juice off. Gets 1 kill, and immediately goes back down, looking for a second one. And is it enough? Can he get Frontlash? No. Frontlash is flying.
As much as I like this play with the ball, it's hard as the other tank to decide what you're going to play when you have a ball on your team.
Absolutely. And lots of people on both teams now taking a very low health. But it is Knights of the Old Republic who capitalize on all of that low health with Frontlash and Hefty taking some kills here. Mines go on to point from Shaka Khan, but don't end up getting any kills. Shaka, though, is able to knock Gingerbeard off of the map, taking their main tank off of the point.
That's the poop that I'm talking about, where he comes out of the little.
Yeah, that's like the
Trapdoor
third time he
spider
did
play.
one too. He's killing it.
Ooh.
Juice
I don't know
eats
what
himself.
Yeah.
Probably
I
not
think-
the time for that.
Oh,
I
front
think
lash,
that-
though. Front lash is a double kill. He did the exact same right back to him.
And Hefty went and did the same thing back to old Razzle, so. And every second that this very long fight goes on, Knights of the Old Republic are taking ticks.
Yep.
So this long fight is much better for them.
They need to slow down. They gotta slow their horses here. Because Knights of the Old Republic right now is just playing them exactly how they want to.
Absolutely.
Shaka Khan gets slept in the back, so now Juice is gonna go for the crazy right-click, McRight-click play. Gingerbeard goes for an ambitious shatter, gets nothing.
It's high noon.
High noon from Phantom Tone. Only breaks some shields. He's got a little bit of pressure, more pressure than he wanted to, before he could actually shoot.
Ooh, Hefty eating himself, not what you want to see in this position, and it looks like Dilfhunters are actually going to be able to cap it at the last second.
I'm surprised. I think Gingerbeard played a little too safe there. He was kind of just standing in the middle of a point when that Bob was railing on him and they were just like taking damage. Like, you got to make a decision as Reinhardt, and the decision is almost never stand in the same spot. So see Hefty going back to the Roadhog now too. Both teams posturing kind of crazy. Like, we see the Moira now below by herself down there.
Yeah, everyone in kind of strange positions.
It's high
Ooh, High Noon coming out right now, but doesn't end up getting anybody.
Gets
for
nobody.
Juice. Old Razzle Pops, his ultimate is able to take rogue waves out, and we do see a beat coming out from DDR Daikenkai. Lots of commitment happening to this fight, trying to stay on top of point and trying to get this down to one fight territory, because no matter what, Knights of the Old Republic are currently in one fight territory.
I want to give a second to go back and give City Owl some credit for dodging that.
Yeah, the high noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know you could hide there.
I didn't either. I didn't know that you could like edge yourself high enough up on there to get away from something, but
It's possible she didn't know that either. Sometimes when it's your only option, you go, well, maybe it'll work. I've done that my fair share of times.
Bye, Bob.
Oh,
Hefty
Bob
does
goes
pull
off
the Bob.
side from Hefty. And again, a lot of ults coming down from the Dilfhunters, trying to hold on to the City Owl with the Coalescence as well as Phantom Tones using his High Noon, but it's Edgelord who takes the kills even without the Bob.
I would have actually liked to have seen if Phantom Tones had held on to his ult.
Shaka is okay. He's okay, everybody.
Now it's tanks versus two DPS tank killers. Roadhog is essentially just a big DPS, similar to
Yeah,
Zarya.
Dilfhunters did what they wanted to do here, did bring it up to 99 to 99, so whoever wins this fight probably wins the map. Already a numbers advantage in favor of Knights of the Old Republic, and with Gingerbeard taking out DDR Daikenkai, it looks like we might be going to a third map as Shaka falls off of the side, City Owl taken down by Hefty. The cap comes out from Knights of the Old Republic. Will the overtime run out before anyone touches? We are going to the
And
very
that
last
is our
game.
very last, longest game in A.
Score 1.
It's already 11 o'clock and we still have one more map to go.
We do.
Yeah, that was again, that's some weird play just coming from both teams. I just don't feel like they have a strategy or like an objective happening right now. It seems like both teams are kind of like mentally boomed and they're just going for like individual hero plays. Which again,
Yeah.
that can work. I mean, it's not like it's a horrible strategy to say like, well, let's all spread out and win your 1v1s. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but it does usually fall apart to a team that can play semi-coordinatedly together.
3.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's just a bit of
Round 3. Capture the objective.
a bit of exhaustion that inevitably comes out. I mean, we haven't
Yeah.
seen many subs this game, and it's been, you know, a full 2 hours now.
Right.
It's easy to get a little worn out. I mean, I'm tired. It's hard to cast this long. I can't imagine actually thinking about playing.
Yeah.
Everyone going right into point here. Big fight happening. It looks like a little bit of an advantage, though, to Dilfhunters until Frontlash takes a kill off City Owl able to pick Juice. Now we've got a 5v5, but with a lot of damage going on to both sides. No one quite dying until Phantom Tones takes out Hefty as he goes down. Shaka takes Gingerbeard and Frontlash, but Frontlash hits City Owl in the process. And again, we just have one of these, everyone dying on both sides, but in the end there, Shaka is able to turn it over to be a Dilfhunters win and a Dilfhunters cap.
It's one of the hardest things here to run Pharmacy, because the Pharmacy is looking to get value as quickly as possible. The longer a Pharmacy has to live, the worse their team is off. Right? So they got to be really careful. If Frontlash doesn't get value right away, then it's over. And with Edgelord kind of doing a good job putting pressure on him so he can't get that, ideally Dilfhunters wins in the long run. But Frontlash is getting value, so is it actually working?
Well, Frontlash doing that ultimate certainly is working. That's a lot of barrages so far today that have gone great for him. Following it up with Gingerbeard and Juice taking a couple picks. Hefty probably didn't need to use that ultimate, but you know, these things happen. It was all enough for a cap.
I'm actually more upset that the side of Dilfhunters used so many ultimates right there.
Can you talk about Phantom's positioning for the last chunk of that fight?
Yeah, he just got
stood
back
in that
into
corner
this.
for so long and no one looked for it.
Gingerbeard with the shatter doesn't get anything.
Completely.
Yeah.
Oh, and a big shatter in response takes Hefty down, but no follow-up on it, sadly. Rezdal tries to shift him, but just not enough. Gingerbeard ends up going down to Phantom, but Juice and Frontlash both get kills in the meantime, and with Zarathustra getting that ultimate, or that res out, all of a sudden it's as if no one's died on the side of Knights of the Old Republic. Hefty taking yet another kill. And again, Dilfhunters are forced to go back, reset. Ooh, Edgelord with a bit of weird positioning here. Gets caught out by Hefty.
Yeah, they're knowing that he's going to try to flank onto that elephant. That's his favorite spot to flank.
That delays them even more. You know, that's and with another pull. Hefty with just the nutty pulls this map, and every single one of them sets them back even farther on this reset. However, Dilfhunters have a whole lot of ults coming into this.
I think this is one of those times actually where the old Razzle, he needs to start looking at the Roadhog a little bit more rather than trying to look around at where the Reinhardt is.
Yeah, totally fair.
To just block those, because as soon as they block hook, now is your chance to go. You've got a go button since you pulled out a crucial ult that's getting kills. And a lot of kills.
And I'm kind of convinced the Dilfhunters intentionally lost that fight. I think they were just trying to get some ultimates out of the other team, because now they have a massive ultimate advantage to come take this fight. But Juice and Hefty popping their ults a little earlier and getting some kills, all of a sudden, Dilfhunters don't have the advantage that they expected. Yeah. And we're seeing Knights of the Old Republic taking advantage in a fight that very easily could have been lost for them. A big shatter comes out, is able to get Shaka and City Owl down. Hefty taking out DDR Deck and Kaya. In the meantime, back and forth, lots of kills from both teams. No real clear advantage to anybody now. It's going to be a bit of a clown fiesta until someone caps this point off. 3v3 on the point right now. Old Razzle and Edgelord taking 2 kills, but Frontlash gets one in the meantime. Now we have a 2v1 on point with the Pharah. But as Pharah is killed on point by Edgelord, we finally get a cap, and it's from Dilfhunters. The game goes on.
It's just there's not really much target focus. There's not much focus on where the objective is at, it feels like. It's just all over the place.
It really feels like a clown fiesta. Like, that's not, you know.
Not busting these teams, because both these teams are really good. I mean, they're very good teams, but right now it just feels like we're lacking a little bit in communication and leadership. Ooh, that was a great early pick there by Phantom.
Nice pick. That's a big ultimate too. That grab didn't translate into much, and Hefty actually getting a huge grab again. A big hook on Phantom Tones. Frontlash with a nice ultimate, but doesn't end up actually getting anything off of it. As City Owl was able to take him out.
Yo, Razzle with a very ambitious charge. What a charge, and it works out for him. He's gonna go to the Mega to get fully healed.
Yeah, it looks like back around.
We'll hold this to 99. There's a good chance we're gonna see this go to map 3, game 5, 99 to 99.
Yeah. Good shatter. They're just gonna try to kill Hefty as fast as possible, but they don't get it. He gets full pocketed.
Hefty's got whole hog. We do hit 99 in overtime. The whole hog comes in from Hefty as the shatter comes in. Is it going to be enough? Yes, Hefty is able to take old Razzle out, give the advantage over to Knights of the Old Republic. If they win this fight, they've pretty much won the game. They've started to cap. They get a bunch of picks here. Phantom Tones is able to take out Juice, but I just don't think it's going to be enough with Juice taking 2 kills there.
And that's it.
Anyone gets to touch here.
No, and they don't touch it. So Knights are gonna win.
Victory.
Wow.
What a turnaround.
Honestly, good for them.
All right,
Very,
so
very hard-fought victory for Knights of the Old Republic.
Play of the game.
we're gonna have to see this front lash. This is gonna be that 4K I think he got. This was pretty nasty.
Ooh, beautiful. You love to see it.
Double
Oh, it was a double boob. That was pretty nice double boob, not gonna lie.
All right.
So with that in mind, who do we want to bring in for our interviews?
Ooh, we get to pick?
That's right.
I thought it was just the MVP, as voted by the chat.
No, they don't come back in. Oh, in fact, is anyone up on that?
Yeah, Billy has it.
Oh, okay, good. I'm just making sure someone was doing that because it wasn't me.
I was paying attention
Thank you.
to Billy remembering it.
Well,
Can we talk?
yeah, let's pull Hefty in here. It looks like we lost basically the entirety of the side.
Well,
of...
they're still in. Everyone's still in the voice chats.
I guess you could be big jerk and pull it in, but I'd like to bring in Hefty and maybe the other tank. We could bring in the old Razzle.
Okay, yeah, I'll go talk to him and try to get them.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, some really great plays happening right there. I mean, it felt again a little bit unfocused in some of those fights, especially near the end. But we got to see some really great individual play coming out from a lot of people. I thought Frontlash did really great tonight. I thought Hefty did really great tonight. Edgelord, Shaka Khan.
Hefty's mic is still messed up, so.
Aww.
You know, that would actually make a lot of sense to what was happening there for KOTR, because, I mean, he's generally a fairly talkative person and is a good in-game leader, so that might have been why some of that happened.
Since he was kind of off doing his own thing.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
We did lose the other teams in the locker room, though.
Oof.
Well, then there's probably no interviews tonight, but we can still be waiting here for our MVP, so make sure that you're voting in the chat there. Dilfhunters, they bailed. They're out. GG.
Dilfhunters said, we worked very hard and we are very speepy.
There's that straw poll. Thank you, Billy. Is it Zarathustra or is it Hefty? Huh, only 2 people. Interesting. Well, between those two, we all know it's Zarathustra. Just kidding.
Nice.
Papathustra used his emotes and his quick thinking to troll people, but I think Hefty popped off tonight, so...
Yeah. And making the most of a bad situation. You know, I mean, his mic's messed up and he's not able to shot call like he usually wants to.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to play some really good solo hog instead.
All right, so we have Bonsley Toss and Zarathustra in.
Oh, they're still here. Sweet.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
What's
hey,
up?
Quit out
Zara.
of the, I quit out of the Overwatch app, so.
Yeah.
Whew,
So
gotta
how did tonight
breathe
go
after that
tonight?
one.
That was a long game.
Very close, all the way. I
It
don't think there's
was.
going to be a closer set of games this season.
I hurt. I sweat. I've been sweating. I'm physically hot. I'm trying not to yell to wake my wife up. So everything's great.
No, that's the best.
You know, I felt like in the beginning there, for the side of Dilfhunters, I thought you guys were playing really well. That first map, you guys came out, you guys were flying, just doing so much, you know, in all the different roles and being really, really effective. But I felt like as the game went on, even after Hefty had his DC and I guess his mic is messed up, maybe somehow you guys might have lost you guys as in-game leader. I mean, it started to turn into Dilfhunters was playing into the Knights of the Re game. You guys were letting them kind of, you know, you guys were going all over, doing different kind of flanks and almost like individual plays that were winning your 1v1s. Was that on purpose or was that just how it evolved?
if you want me to be honest with you, we were trying to discourage 1v1s, and it ended up being something that worked for us. And Hefty's mic problem definitely played a role in, because he is, basically the coach for the team, so him not being able to speak, and so we could hear him fine, but he can't hear us very well, and his in-game volume was messed up, so it was just all over the place. He couldn't keep track of ults because it was weird. His whole mind was just thrown off. So that definitely played a factor into the first two maps, because we ended up pulling out map 2, but map 1 and map 3 especially, because remember we had that big pause and Anubis and everything. So but yeah, the 1v1s and everything, it did play to our advantage, but it is something that we were trying to not do, which is kind of funny.
And I was being definitely a little bit harsh, but I mean I was being facetious, but also kind of true in the sense that on that Rialto map, I mean it actually was a quick play game right there. I mean it felt like there was just not really much.
There was
planning.
a lot of 1v1.
Yeah, and I wanted to know what was happening on the side of Dilfhunter. I mean, you have so many strong leaders on that team. You've got Shaka Khan, you've got Taylor, who is a great shot caller. Miles, of course, the highest SR person in the league. You guys have people that can talk and make plans. What was happening in the comm structure?
We're still trying to figure out our comm structure. We've been unable to have the 3 main leaders in the same game until tonight. And it's taken us some time to work out what we need to say when we need to say it. And we also had some issues with Anubis, where we would have the tanks unsure whether to go in or whether to wait for a call to go in, and cost us a lot of time trying to make it on point B.
Yeah, I mean, I did feel like the tanks played for the side of Dilfhunters. I felt like the tanks were the least ready for what was about to happen, and it felt like when KOTR was making their push onto the first point when they were attacking after the first round.
There.
Yeah, it was just a lot of hesitation. You guys let them get into position and just take you guys out. Someone had to say something and make a play.
We're going to get the comms figured out. We're just not there yet.
Yeah, but that's good to hear though that you guys are working on it, and you know that's definitely important. For KOTR, what are you guys looking to do? What is you guys' main composition? We saw so many switches too for tanks.
Right.
I mean, Gingerbeard of course is known for his Reinhardt, but Hefty was literally played every tank tonight. So
yeah.
Besides Diva.
Well, yeah, but I mean, screw Diva, you know what I mean. I main Diva for a minute, so I can say that. But yeah, so just our tank lineup, I have really two. Of course, I have Hefty, who can play basically anything. But I have Ginger and Myella, who's new to the league, who he's been playing a killer off tank for us. And so I really wanted to showcase that a little bit more this week. And so I put him in on Zarya so Hefty could play Reinhardt, which is what he mains, his main tank, Reinhardt and Winston, which we saw both of those on Anubis. And then when it came down to the last couple of maps, we just needed a little bit more pick control on the front line. So we had Ginger put back in on Reinhardt, and then we had Hefty swap over to the Hog, and his Hog is just terrifying. And I was kind of going back and forth trying to blue beam Vara and blue beam Hog, so it was kind of like a dual role for me playing Mercy. I think that's all I played tonight, except for Lucio for a little bit. And so I just the pick, especially on the last control on Nepal there, is just Hefty getting a pick before the fight even started was huge for us.
Sure.
And so just going back and forth for Hefty just showcases his talent, honestly. So
yeah, I mean he played very well tonight. Then my last question that I have, unless the other casters have something, is going towards the side of Dilfhunter. What do you do about that pharmacy that is going to happen? He gets value every fight, and you have to deal with it. But what is the thought process? What were you guys thinking? Are we going for the ignore and play together? We're going to try and crush them strategy, or is it going to be like a wait and poke and pick?
We changed it up a little every map, depending on how much pressure the pharmacy put on the objective. A lot of it was just making sure we had at least one person dedicated to dealing with him, and I think that we might have taken a little too far in some of those quick play type matches. But it's definitely the linchpin of beating that team.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that like pharmacy gets a huge amount of value inherently. It's just like a bastion comp, right? Like you get a bunch of value inherently. It has a way to break. You just have to choose how it's done. And I felt like Frontlash, if I was going to give my MVP vote to Hefty, I would give my MVP vote actually to Frontlash. I think that he got a bunch of value tonight in a lot of situations. Does it help that he has a dedicated Mercy pocket? Yes, of course, right? But if you're going to run pharmacy, you know,
If you're that committed, you better be good.
yeah, you commit to it, and he got a bunch of value. He had a bunch of 4K kills, early picks, just as many times as he got picked, he got picks. So I don't think that he was losing value in any way, and I felt like he put a lot of pressure on the tanks on the side of Dilfhunters, just not able to move where they wanted to all the time without losing a squishy.
Part of the reason that I was running Diva on Rialto was to deal with the Pharah.
I assume so, yeah.
Screw Diva. I'll say something else when we're not streaming.
Anything else? McStupid Head? Tackle?
Nope. I do have the results for MVP for the map, and your MVP is Hefty.
Ooh, sorry about
Let's
you, Zarathustra.
go. Yeah, you know, that one vote that's on there was actually me. I can't lie about it. So, I don't know why I was put on the MVP straw poll. I had a couple of good reses. That was about it. But
I don't know. I like that one when you killed AJ.
AJ.
That was a great play. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Kings Row is just your map. You get a lot of crazy plays.
No, So I don't know if the camera caught it or not, but I was the last one left, and Farah went down, and they knew that I was over there.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole team gathered around me, and I just stopped and pulled
Right.
out my pistol and like looked at the ground. And then AJ decided to ult me, so I was like, okay, and I just 4-dinked him, and he died. So it felt good. I mean, he got rezzed, and I died, but you know.
But he
nonetheless.
he bobbed though.
Yeah.
He did bob. He definitely did bob.
Yeah,
And then there
we
was
saw
much
it, and they had
salt
no res. So.
in the chat.
So yeah, it was fun.
It was a very fun game, very close game.
AJ said in chat that was the most worthwhile bob I used all game. There was one time I also almost threw on Rialto. I was ulting and he bobbed, but I ended up killing him. And then I like shot at the ground where he was because I was still in Valk, and the bob ended up killing me, and I kind of threw. But apparently that's what I do now.
I watched Edgelord chase you down over the top of the building.
Oh, dude, on Rialto too. I was hoping I would get that kill, but
The entire Dilfhunters Discord was just screaming, "We believe! We wanted blood."
All right, I think that's probably going to be
It was a good match though.
Very
for
good
us. Yeah, it was a great match. Really fun to watch. Long, but very fun. There's a lot of funny moments, and I actually had the most fun I've done on cams in a long time, even though I did really bad cams. But
Super
Nah.
fun. I had a blast.
Sign us out then, one of you guys.
I don't sign off supposed to sound. Bonsley, you do it.
Thank you guys for sticking with us tonight through this long match while we are all clearly tired and not paying attention to what we're doing. I'm glad you guys stayed with us. Hope you guys have a good night. Good games. Nice to Old Republic and Dilfhunters.
Thanks. It was fun. Y'all go get some rest. I have school in the morning.
Night night.
Same, Doug.
I have to do shit for Zarathustra in the morning. that's my plans for tomorrow.
Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the stream. Thanks you guys for showing up. See you tomorrow for our last game of the week.
Woo!
Good night.